Hello and welcome to the Heart-Led Soul-Fed podcast. I'm Christine Gold. I'm your soul purpose mentor. And thank you so much for joining me. It is July 17th, 2022. So we're more than halfway through July. And of course, we take a break during the summer for guests and such, but I thought I would stop by, say hello, maybe give you an update. I'm sure if you listen to my July energy update, I am back from South America and back in my, it's hometown. I mean, I was born in New Westminster, just outside of Vancouver, but I moved to Calgary, Alberta, when I was 4. So truly, Calgary, I grew up in Calgary. I left Calgary when I was 19, of course, when you're that age. You think, okay, I'm going to go somewhere else. Anyways, so it's been just over a year since my mom passed. And I went to the Mountain View, I call it resting place, because really it is a place of rest. I don't know why they call it cemetery. It just sounds very institutionalized, very cold, very disconnected. I did a little bit of a tour on the way there. I mean, the Calgary Stampede's going on right now. Today's the last day. I chose not to go, but because I've been, growing up, I used to go all the time. So for me, it's like, yeah. So I stopped at a diner, Blackfoot Truck Stop, somewhere my mom loved to go. I love to go. They've got mile-high flapper pies. I had pancakes and coffee, and then I went to the Inglewood Bird Sanctuary and seen a ton of birds, and by the mountain-fed river, the Bow River, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful aquamarine colored river, and it's fresh. Obviously, it's mountain-fed. Had a lot of memories there. Seen a peregrine falcon a couple times this last week, and I know, spiritually that is a special animal totem. Definitely my mom saying hello, not just hummingbirds, but in many other forms. That means your loved ones are close. And this morning when I woke up, I had the intention of going to visit, even though my mom is with me all the time and everything I do. I just wanted to go back because when the last time I was there, I was a mess. I was a wreck. So I woke up with a song, and every day, pretty much, I wake up with a song. And music is so transformational. Music transforms. Music heals. I don't know about you, but I can always remember where I was when I hear a certain song. Let me know. I'd love to hear back from you as well. I've been doing this podcast for almost 3 years. And of course, sometimes I wonder why, I'm doing this, because I don't get any feedback. Really, I feel I do this for myself. So, and if there is any feedback, and I have gotten clients from this podcast, in fact, I will give a shout out to my Patreon supporters, Gitte in Denmark and Catherine in France. And Catherine has actually signed up for 1-year mentorship. So if you're not sure what your purpose is, you're stuck, you're lost, you're frazzled, maybe you lost your job, you quit your job, maybe you're just done and you're like, okay, there's got to be something more, because I've been there. That was me in 2016, 2017, leading up to my spiritual awakening. And I had a mentor. In fact, I had many mentors. It's not just one person, it's many. And sometimes it could be a complete stranger who is an angel in disguise. Okay? Don't forget that. So if you are interested, I have an introductory call, which of course the link will be in the description. I'd love to connect with you, whether, you decide not for me or for me, or wow, it was, great to connect virtually or even in person, depending on where you are in the world. We are so interconnected and we need each other more than we think we do. That's why we're here. You have to know this. You have to believe this with every fiber of your being. So this morning I woke up with a song and I heard love you inside and out. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like a woman and it sounds very disco-y. I'm like, okay. So I started, once I got to the gravesite, I started looking because my mom loved music as well. I didn't realize how much my mom loved music and how eclectic. It ranges from rock to country to classical to pop. It's now I know where I get my taste from. Truly. So I looked this up on YouTube Music because I really enjoy YouTube Music because it gives you the lyrics. And then if you're listening to a song, it gives you a related playlist. Anyways, it's cool. I was looking and it kept giving me these 90s artists. And I'm like, no, that's not it. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's like the Bee Gees or something. Yeah, it was the Bee Gees. Love you inside and out. Amazing song. The lyrics are mind-blowing. So I played that. I put it on her her plate. She's got hummingbirds and it's a beautiful brass plate. I also went and got a bouquet of flowers and I kept hearing split it with me. Okay, fine. I'll give you half of my bouquet and I'll keep the other half. Beautiful pink flowers, daisies, just beautiful. Carnations, which are my favorite. Also my birth flower for January. If you're not sure what that is, go look it up. It's a thing. So yeah, I split that bouquet but interestingly enough, the bouquet I got it for half price. So, everything just kind of lined up. Like there was so much synchronicity. It was mind-blowing. This whole day was magic. And really set up by my mom, by God, and by the universe. So played that first song by the Bee Gees. I'm like, okay, I'm going to let it play. Next song was by Dan Hartman. Now, he did a few songs in the 80s. I Can Dream About You. It's a really good song. Lots of soul. And then the other song was by Level 42. Really good song. So, I'm just, I guess what I'm saying is I'm really blown away. I'm blown away by just the magic of the day and really allowing it to come in and allowing it to come into frequency and into my field of being. And yeah, at Level 42, Lessons in Love. I had to look that up. So there were 3 songs in a row. And then there was more. There was, there was so many more. There was Kenny Loggins and his album cover. He looked like Jesus. I was like, I had no idea. Anyways, Mom was picking the playlist. That's really what I'm saying. And as I was reading the lyrics, crying, because, it was talking about dreams and how we have built all these houses, but we've never really lived. We've never really fully lived. And I guess that's what I want to pass on to you, is to chase your dreams with wild abandon and chase them like nobody's watching and nobody cares, because really nobody does care. People will try to sabotage your dreams, or maybe you're the saboteur, because somebody somewhere told you differently and you actually believe it. I don't think we believe that anymore. That cancels each other out. And as I was sitting, on the gravesite, I actually filled up water of some of the other urns because I noticed the roses looked a little limp. So when I looked in, there was no water. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fill that up. And I gave the waitress an extra large tip for it was a $10 meal. I gave her, extra. So really, I want to extend that, giving, and it does not always money. It can be in so many other ways, very small, but very significant. And I heard her say when I was sitting there, and I recorded a video as well about this, but I heard her say, I died so you could go on this amazing 6-month life-changing adventure in South America. And it was life-changing. Not only did I become vegan, I lost a ton of weight, and mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and in relationships. It was just, everything came together. It was so synchronistic. It was, and I want to talk about signs and symbols as well, because listening to Joel Osteen, which I do every Sunday or as much as I can, because he's very positive, he's very empowering, and he reminds me of Mr. Rogers. He just has that personality. He just has, I get that vibe off of him. He's a very kind soul. And he choked up a couple times today watching him, because he's talking about dreams. And, this whole day has been about dreams. But he was also talking about signs and symbols. He says, if you were constantly looking for signs and symbols, he's basically saying you don't believe in what God is providing for you, what God has already given to you, that God keeps his promises. And you have to have faith, and you have to believe that these promises are coming. Because if you don't, then you're going to be in this constant state of hyper, I feel like I need to do more. I have to do more. I have to hustle. I have to chase. I have to work like 24 hours a day. I'm in competition mode all the time, and that's not where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be in cooperation. You're supposed to be in community. You're supposed to be in connection, co-creation, all of that, because you are unlimited. And everything that is happening now, we're seeing this more and more. We're all waking up to the fact. And I'm not going to say any more than that. I mean, if you've been listening and watching my show for quite a while, you'll know what I'm saying. We're absolutely awake, meaning we know what's going on. We won't accept anything less. We don't subscribe to the old paradigms. We don't subscribe to anyone who thinks they're authority or authoritarians telling us how to live. And consent, that's a big one, the consent piece. I talked about that in July. The stuff that's going on in the Dutch farmers, the stuff that's going on with the World Economic Forum, the stuff that's going on in Ukraine. Come on. These are not coincidences. This has happened before, but just in a different way. And we're all awake to the fact that we're no longer subscribing to fear and to coercion and to distraction and to anything less than we truly are. We are basically, we're not just the human with a spark of God. We are God with the human spark. And you have to know this. And if you don't, I would like to invite you to connect on a 20-minute call, wherever you are in the world. And let's try to reframe. Let's try to get you there. Let's try to initiate that spark. Or maybe you'd like to join our safe space for empaths. We meet every 2 weeks in the summer, but back in September, when everybody goes back to school and work and all that, we'll be back to our weekly meetups. And I've been doing that for free for 2 years. because I don't know about you, but there's a reason we don't go out to crowded spaces and places, because you read the room and the energy. Anyways, so this is a safe space where you can be your unique and weird self. You can share, you can sit and listen and observe. And I've seen amazing things happen in this community where people are helping each other and supporting each other and cheering each other on. And that's what we need more of. Because, of course, we're always fed the negative, the bad. How about we focus on the good and shine our light even more? I know I'm up for that. How about you? All right. Well, I thought I would say hello. It's been a while. I hope you're having an amazing summer, or maybe you're in the southern hemisphere and you're having a winter. Whatever you're having, I hope it is having you well and you're enjoying every present moment that there is. All right. I'm sending you so much love. Stay safe, of course, whatever that means to you. Stay well, stay alert, and please remember, healing begins where the ego ends, and let me be your soft landing. Take care.